economic management team ewo Ghana. Alhaji Dr. Mahmood Bawumia, whilst being the vice president, a commission their own economic management team. Na bra o commission no nsema okaye ni.
Economic management team. It is quite clearly a fantastic team. Professor Jambafo, Dr. Akotose, Dr. Afriye Akoto, Honorable Alan Chiramanting, Boachi Ejaku, Ken Oforiata, Senior Minister Yao Osafo Mafu. What a solid team. In fact, can anyone remember the NDC economic management team? I'm sure they themselves cannot remember who their economic management team was. Kukrudu, fellow Kukrudites, we were elected to fix the problems, and I'm glad to report that we are fixing the problems and we are putting in place the policies that will drive the economic transformation of this country. It is very clear that the economy is beginning to respond to the policies of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Why are there? Enti abra Alhaji Dr. Mahmood Bawumia kan asem we no. Na $1 is to 4 Ghana cedis. Economic management team no say NDC for nkaye de no. Ofre akonwa so no, na nam 17 Ghana to $1. So what a fantastic economic management team na Alhaji Dr. Mahmood Bawumia ba no. Ejimo be ya na say they came to mismanage the affairs of our nation. Na upusi na person dodge free economic management team no. Yen konenten ko bisa na say as head of economic management team no, di ejuma party na de ma.
Nana Akufo-Addo suma or mami or the economic management team no so emma mi se menhwe so. Na or mami sa space no mitumi aye ejuma aboa no. So we are very happy. Right. With the exchange rate, no, said the
okay. Because all right, it is high exchange rate no kind of send a medical car, you know. It was $1 is to 17 Ghana cedis. And I say he was happy. And they were to force and about 10. He is not happy. Alhaji Dr. Mahmood Bawumia is not happy. Young Kwenem go bisa na yere says he am head of economic management team and they are potting any de shawonza.
We are vice president. You head the economic management committee of the country. Into economic policies now will be driven by you, and I say will be directed by you. Into I know say he's competent in that area. He's got the focus. He's got the mindset. He's got the experience in macroeconomics, and even as a general academician.
Exactly. And say Alhaji Dr. Mahmood Bawumia was so competent. Say the economy nation is unimajumani inaye. Economic management team no yedene to ano no from akwane say no ba wo ka na odwane free the basic thing na ono ankasa admit ye no ho pacho yenti nsem ne ye vice president of our nation bia no by convention no Ghana's economic management team eye wo na woda no. That is the reason why Ijai Alhaji Dr. Mahmood Bawumia say ono mum ne nkosa that his own economic management team no for represent it. And over country the Ghana for today we're a fantastic economic management team. We're going to go deep. Go NDC so the economic management team naba. That is why I'm building a case in team. Don't be call near say a half one NDC so Edomoba as economic management team. How do we equate them or equalize them with Alhaji Dr. Mahmood Bawumia? But at the end of Alhaji Dr. Mahmood Bawumia's own economic management team, no say Enojai Ghana.
Dr. Bawumia the catcher say when the fundamentals are weak. The exchange rate will expose you. And then say they want to justify that the CD is even 12, not 10 in market rate. And here you bold as communicators, here quality and ferry, see what could defend this. So the fundamentals are going by Dr. Bawumia's statement. It's so powerful and profound. When the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. So today, Dr. Bawumia ma exchange rate na expose NPP for
maybe asema usubin peke. You might be thinking say enye Dr. Mahmood Bawumia na kai because sometimes we need to refresh our memories. I'll go back to usubin pasem now, but before I do that now, one thing I've realized about Ghana, and I say, I mean, let me be frank here. One will say a lot of things are being said and done by our politicians and the political class. And sometimes many people get confused and get lost about Nsembi because when we make reference to Nsembi, somebody might think say that be on the kai. Because as I speak today, and then we be 18 years. And no, be 18 years. Then Nipano, a better lady Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia kasa asem no be maybe 14 or 15 into one test asem no. So when you make reference to those kind of things, because when you say allergy Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, it can say same way. That is why I always back my argument with Nipana kasa and Sema Walker. And also been passé Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia kasa when the fundamentals are weaker, it is the exchange rate that is going to expose you. When he was saying that, and then he knew say so be a vice president or be a head of Ghana's economic management team.
The Ghana cedi has obtained the dubious distinction of being the weakest performing currency in Africa at this point in time. Interestingly, the NDC Green Book claims exchange rate stability as one of their unprecedented achievements. In an open economy with market determination of prices, exchange rate movements are the most important indicator of underlying macroeconomic fundamentals. As the saying goes, when in doubt, observe the exchange rate. The lesson from history for governments is that you cannot manage the economy with propaganda. In fact, you can engage in all the propaganda you want, but if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you.
Exactly. One was the word in fact in Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Kawahano. He used to use those kind of words. Ti abra video ya medika abochero or and also economic management team or no edano no.
Economic management team. It is quite clearly a fantastic team. Professor Jambafo, Dr. Akotose, Dr. Afriye Akoto, Honorable Alan Chiramanting, Boachi Ejaku, Ken Oforiata, Senior Minister Yao Osafo Mafu. What a solid team. In fact, can anyone remember the NDC economic management team?
Or say in fact, also saying you see the same word in fact. So in fact, it's one of the key words I allergy Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia epe. So let's go back to Osubempa and ask him say in fact, NPP for economic management team now Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the buy no. A success and on what TV.
Dr. Bawumia the catch say when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. And then say they want to justify that the cedi is even 12, not 10 in market rate, and here you bold as communicators here out here ferry defending this. So the fundamentals are going by Dr. Bawumia's statement. It's so powerful and profound. When the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. So today, Dr. Bawumia my exchange rate now expose you NPP for big time. Pay statement. I am not the one saying it. His statement. This is the leader that we relied on. Say on fire and call.
Osama mane kwan mo kasa mo amane kwan ma ninim die na kopeso de ye adwuma no se ka mo jai mane kwan a ebianka fundamentals no nka enye weeks
o kasa na chese oguye honi ma say credibility na chese credibility one pro ni bi organa. You know why? Se drone to fa wiemu a na kofa blood Dr. Bawumia na e man kwa man ye. So ojeman ho say drone to fa wiemu a ono no kofa bae. Ghana card de ono no kofa bae. Gold for oil na say aye ono no kra time nim ka yabo ato ye pese be kan ho asem. ono na kofa ba e na sami jafimu say omnom di gold assure CD no ama CD na timagina ne na so a yesi Dr. Bawumia na kofa ba e na we de koto de ne bodwe achacha esi na ntwachi a wo so wado esu nu achi de yare achacha esi na ntwachi a wo so wado eti asama ye ka no akai be
akai be 5 minutes be
me see ono na some obeka ye when the fundamentals are weak the exchange rate will expose you
It's the exchange rate no and expose you allergy Dr. Bawumia big time. Nti papa nene yes a credibility test. Are no nana kwa kubonzam. Dia sama me.
Bang bang de bang 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 de bang bang Mahambe
Nti mama ato force ne Professor Naana Jane aya de bi the disgrace here dem allergy Dr. Bawumia na bucha for. It is very very surprising. It's surprising. And then the president of our land outline. Let me bring it here for us to see. Ati, their own version of economic management team. President John Dramani Mahama, Bami Bebubu Nipa president Edo Mobaye. Let me take my time and then give you the list of Side Nipa. And then maybe possibly I'll bring you pictures of those kind of Nipa in your Professor Naana Jane, Vice President. But you want to say allergy Dr. Bawumia was the Vice President and then by convention, head of Ghana's economic management team. No, he was leading it. And then number 1 on our key, Professor Naana Jane, the Vice President. Sometimes, that is what I've been thinking. Politicians, I'm not trying to say President John Dramani Mahama is going to repeat the same thing. But all politicians come on board and then they seem to be doing almost the same thing. But the difference, I would be who any the outcome of the Ubibe. So when allergy Dr. Bawumia was mentioning Ghana's economic management team, they failed. So this is a test for His Excellency, Professor Naana Jane, to prove, as I say, head team now, so they're going to do an amazing work. But so far, so good. Mr. Ishmael Yankson, Ekahubi. Mr. Kwame Pianin, Pacho Papai, NPP ni mapa. Enra, me Papai video bitch. Let me just try to see if I can get that particular video and then show you. Asama Papai Ekane Enra. Papa na kan yo, Papai na kan economic management team no. Enra o kan sembi. Ma me hwese me hu sa video ni da kire wa. O kan say NPP party no. Say one way ya party no e be to say CPP no. The
young people in the NPP now, it's their future. If we do not listen and restructure our party, the party NPP will become as irrelevant to the politics of Ghana as the CPP has become.
Is that what you see with the current happenings?
Yes. If we don't restructure, regroup, and unite ourselves, will become as irrelevant as the CPP has become in our politics.
What I say? The party is an NPP party, so someone united and regroup and more together. The party will be like CPP. But of course, and then John Dramani Mahama who said, Papa, win him there. So as part of Ghana's economic management team now, President Jabano or the Papa Akweshembi. That was a governance, and sometimes and yet say NDC from when sometimes if you could tap people from the opposite side and then present them as well, it also play key and active role in your administration. Now na oye mensa yeboa, and so yeboa, and so ekahubi. Dr. Kwabena Dufo, Dr. Kwabena Dufo, he's also part and parcel of the game. Mr. Atto Brown, but the pictures in about then you see you ask them questions because one said what the president is doing here and say, "What should that to the say? I choose any power if he's omit my boy Ghana, I'm a Ghana, him." And that is what he has done. Togwe afede, Papa is some kind of. Or you make the power airline in Papa will be a Ghana. On another dango kufa, so man another advice be another dango kufa and you're ready to be tea. Because these are the business people in our community. These are the business people in the community. Dr. Henry A. Kofi Wampa, Papa Yomokaino, former governor of the Bank of Ghana. I would say, hey, Dr. The president of our land, John Dramani Mahama, seems to have learned a lot of lessons from his past to the present. Tony Boise, Suyanema, I selected the best. When you sound quite no, and you sound quite a phone, and I become what them. These are the people I believe say they're going to help. Mrs. Abena Amwa, Chief Executive Officer, Ekanhobi of Ghana Exchange Group in Zukaho. Prof Priscilla Chumasi Bafo, Ekanhobi, and Professor Patience Asewa Abo, a PhD holder. But when my DB, so what list here, Messenger the wako point to be so. Ama machirawa dibia the president aye. President John Dramani Mahama me machirawa dibia waye. Na president edi kan ho asem dada ansana obe start aye se adwuma no. So the name president here and say one to was when we are wanting name president John Dramani Mahama aye na say. But wa sheda and all the gender equality ababe shim enti say wo hwe a utimu say e man ne me man na aye we be say aye futu fly in this particular economic management team now or the abano. Let me just present this one here. One moment, then I make myself a little bit bigger. Now, of course. So I'm here. Nipana don't be. These are their pictures. Two share will be a question. Epacho, Emma, Etimika, Yama, Professor Nana Jane, Ewoho. Mrs. Nana Oye Mensa Yeboa Ezo 2. Third one, correctly. Is it Abena Amwa Ezo? That is the third one. What Professor Patience or Priscilla Chumasinsu, which is the fourth one, and then Professor Patience Asewa Abonso Ewoho. So you could mention say Ubenya Ma 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ewaha. But you what I say. So these are the people are president. If he say or no boy jumana ebe boa ama Ghana economy no e develop it. We nye sound quite for the Nibia. Enti so we listen e wahana. These are the same people are president Edom Obaha. Now president Edi kan sembi and son of a cancer. President John Dramani Mahama outline 5-pillar vision bia or so the Baba Yejumo Ghana. Enti ABN ni patudo nanshi dem follow these kind of things are president here no because I shada and I select a handpeke nipa odon baby boy jumani nya then to make sure say Ghana no we develop Ghana to the next level. And the president shada and now say 5 major pillar are any vision for our dear nation. Let me just take you through na yem hwe the vision no na yem konko equating here the economic management team na president edi abano if they outline those kind of visions no together with what the president actually meant to say. Or let me just do it this way. They say the president says 1, he's going to bring reforms into his administration. 2, gender balance. 3, he's going to add value to Adibia or your minum. These are a lot of things, and you can watch them. Then he's going to incorporate the national discourse in our society by ourselves. It is a hopeful argument in the president Atone Boase bringing on board a whole lot of people to help him develop the nation. But your to was and I discuss all these kind of things are near my yes, you hear near can ye. If any Daniel said these people have no shame and should be left alone. They claim they are PhD holders, never seen a group of hypocrites like those people and black someone. Don't mind this group way there. As I go in the woman, this woman, there's I don't know here. I was there sometimes administration wise, you know, when well, of course, we need all these kind of people to be with us. So that is something. It's the president's 5-pillar vision. He's gonna bring value in addition to everything that he's going to do. Deliberate on dialogue. President Nyansa in team. In building the national discourse, he's going to bring dialogue. So you could see the president as a last selected a whole lot of people from different angles. Be NPP, be CPP, be NDC, and they be munina be frafra. Send be develop a nation. Pacho, o compare sa nipa way to nipa allergy Dr. Munufie bo mudi wa haya. Why na office the economic management team no ebe bo adwuma ye.
Economic management team, it is quite clearly a fantastic team. Professor Jambafo, Dr. Akotose, Dr. Afriye Akoto, Honorable Alan Chiramanting, Boachi Ejaku, Ken Oforiata, Senior Minister Yao Osafo Mafu. What a solid team.
That's it. Ken Oforiata we and the solid team no. Obiane. Ana bo Ken Oforiata, our born in Dikahon, we ya, where you good do. Yes, what I was saying, me ma. I'm a lawyer could be as Omragana no me. Yes, they are open for that Somragana me because the best economic management team now, Dr. Bawumia and another Danko Kufa the Domo we are. That is the economic management team. A group with the buy in Ghana. And sometimes I keep on saying, say, you group of how would you have got a massa? Pasa. They are not straight. They don't know how to govern. They don't know how to develop the nation. Yet, whenever they get opportunity, they come to deceive the people. But this is the debate with the Munufie. We didn't William Munufie. I'm going to say, and then they can over me. This is how I've been doing my live stream. I just present facts. I don't insult. They make you to make your own informed decisions because we need to get different channels as Kenyans as in our society. Intimate the opinions as come here. Please watch the other side. But that's it. We presented the economic management team.